I think it's a magnificent story of this foundation and the people who've built it and will continue to build it. It's a story that goes backwards and forwards, and that's the best kind.
The Living Legacy Tapestry is a unique work of art, unique because of the stories that are included in it, that really celebrates the values of people who have elevated Rose to a place like family in their wills and estates.
What we now have is an exceptional record of our donors' values.
There's a picture of my brother and me down there.
Yeah.
There's some important themes here. People mattered in your lives. Mothers, fathers, grandmothers, grandfathers, great-grandparents, children, spouses.
I brought in a photograph of my father and me from the mid-1950s. I think I was around 6. My father was one of the founding members of a liberal Jewish synagogue in St. Louis that he felt addressed a need that no other synagogue was addressing, and that was social justice.
These are mine. Being able to participate in this was such an incredibly powerful experience, because I think growing up in my family, it's just what you do. You are involved in the community, it's just part of who you are. But I'd never really thought about why I was involved.
I just really struggled with, well, what should I, select as those artifacts or items that would represent what it is I wanted to, the messages that I wanted to deliver or present.
The pin I contributed was a pin I received for being the president of my youth 4-H club.
There were photos of myself at the time that I got my passport to the United States from Grenada. One of the very important things that I also contributed was a cricket ball, which meant a lot to me in terms of my future. I escaped as often as I could just to get away from home, from school, from reading, just to change that environment a little bit and escape myself into cricket.
There are 4 generations of people in my family, including generations younger than me, who are still actively involved in 4-H. My parents met through 4-H. It's a very small pin, but it means a great deal to me.
What we wanted to do was let them know that their values are important to us now, and they are permanently important to us, and we want to capture them through this tapestry.
I started in the family business in '47 at the age of 15 making ice cream. And those bottles I remember because I not only used to wash them in a machine, but used to put them in the case. We hand cased them. And I also delivered them. As I got older, I drove a milk truck and delivered milk. So there's a lot of history with that milk bottle.
A picture of my grandparents, my dad's parents, and a picture of my folks, and a picture of my kids, and then 2 necklaces that were particularly meaningful to me.
There it is.
Did you see you of your dancer?
I did.
If I had chosen cricket over education at that time, I don't think that I would have heard the last from my parents, because they were the ones that always said, learning is better than silver and gold.
And I think the thing that has stuck with me for all of these years is the 4-H pledge, which is, I pledge my, okay, you have to help me. I pledge my head to clearer thinking, my heart to greater loyalty, my hands to larger service, and my health to better living, for my club, my community, my country, and my world.
There's a picture of my daughter, Patty, Patricia Ann Robinson. She was my middle child, and unfortunately she passed away in 2008 with lymphoma. She was with us in the dairy. She was the 15th generation. She worked there 12 years.
The tradition is so rich, and it shows up in such an amazing way through this medium.
I had a concept without grounding on what I wanted my legacy to be after my life, how my money should be used. And I'm interested in creating leadership programs for girls and young women. And I can't think of another organization that can do it as well as Rose Foundation.
I trust that my wishes would be carried out here.
I think starting with what I know of my great-grandparents, I mean, they have lived their entire lives all about community involvement and giving back in different ways. I've just seen firsthand every minute of every day of my life, kind of how you don't sit by and watch. You have to kind of get in the game and try to do whatever you can in your little piece of the world to make it a little bit better.
Your lives are now woven together permanently, which I think is really lovely.
It's just heartwarming to see part of your past up on this wall. It's just beautiful.
I really appreciate the fact that my story has been added to all of the other Legacy Society members and will exist in perpetuity.
We're excited about what the tapestry is and what it will become, because there's opportunity for it to grow, for more stories to be included, for more people to share their values with us.
I think it's phenomenal. I think it is so incredibly powerful. It's overwhelming. And I want to hear the story behind every single piece of it.